9 years underground, the articles and many statements from your buddies in this unit, they stated that Charlie Beckwith, the godfather of Delta Force, the Green Berets, the great Charlie Beckwith, and the godfather of the Navy SEALs, they came and started their special forces units after watching you all. How did that go down, and where did you get your training from that they got?
The Navy guy is Marchenko, who wrote Red Cell.
Gotcha.
About 1974, terrorism had started to rear its ugly head in Europe. Germans were undergoing a lot of attacks by the Red Army faction and the Baader-Meinhof gang. And of course, the Israelis suffered from the Palestinian attacks and hijackings. The British, of course, were going through their troubles with the IRA in Ireland, but also in Europe. The IRA was attacking British assets. So the American commander said, hey, we don't have anything to really handle this. The counter skyjacking, airplane hijacking, counterterrorism type stuff. What
Iran hostage crisis would be a couple, would be followed pretty quickly after that,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So about 1974, they called on the unit to say, can you come up with anything that would handle this? And the unit submitted basically an op plan for counterterrorism, specifically airplane hijackings. So 1974, 1975, the unit started to ramp up for the counterterrorism mission. A number of our guys trained with the British SAS, the Special Air Service, and brought their tactics and skills to the unit. We also trained with the German border police, the GSG-9, which was the German counter-terrorist unit that was created after the Munich debacle. And we had some input from the Israelis. So we started to build up our capabilities about 1975. Yeah, and we got the attention of the Army back in Washington, and they said, okay, you're going to be the EUCOM counterterrorist element. And so the unit was designated 1977 as EUCOM's counterterrorism element. And as you mentioned, the Iran hostage taking took place in 1979. Charlie Beckwith had also had similar thoughts about setting up a counterterrorism unit, and he was given the green light about 1977, I believe. And he was looking for inspiration, input, and he visited, of course, the British, and then he came to the unit. Our unit visited, watched the training, saw our training facilities that we had built, and he took copies of every training document that we had put together.
So you met Charlie Beckwith. He came down and he was there when you were there.
Yeah, and he took all that stuff back to the States. Marchenko came a little bit later. It was about 1981. I did not meet him, but SEAL Team 6 was set up about that time.
We gotta get him one way or the other. Machine gunner, fight bullets, fly day and night rain.